Browser agents are starting to do more than just summarize a page. They can search, compare options, retrieve pricing, complete forms, and submit requests on behalf of users. But most landing pages still force them to guess how everything works. An agent could reach your website, misunderstood your offer, miss your pricing, and choose the wrong actions before they even purchase or converts. WebMCP is one of the first ways websites can expose their actions directly to browser agents. It is still early, and that is exactly why now is the right time to understand it. Hello, I'm Krisa, and in this video, I'll explain what WebMCP is, why it matters, and how to prepare a landing page for browser agents. I also create practical content about AI agents, automations, website readiness, and digital marketing. WebMCP, or what you call its Web Model Context Protocol, is an emerging web standard that allows a website to expose structured tools to support AI agents operating inside the browser. Instead of forcing an agent to interpret every heading, button, link, menu, and form, the website can clearly describe the actions it supports. For example, a business website could expose tools that allows an agent to search products, check pricing, retrieve company information, or submit an inquiry. Each tool can have a clear name, a description, a list of accepted inputs, and a structured result. Without WebMCP, a browser agent may need to understand and guess the website through the visible interface alone. It has to read the page, identify the correct section, locate a button, open and submit a form, and even interpret every field and understand what will happen after submission. That can be unreliable. WebMCP gives the website a more direct way to explain what actions are available and how those actions work. This does not replace your landing page. Your website still needs to be clear and useful for people. Visitor still needs a strong headline, a clear offer, helpful information, trust signals, pricing guidance, call to action, and accessible forms. WebMCP just adds another layer. The visible landing page helps people understand your business. The WebMCP tools help supported browser agents understand what they can do on your website. So, how do you prepare a landing page for WebMCP? Start with the customer journey. Ask what the visitor is trying to accomplish. Do they need to find a product, check availability, compare services, request a quote, book an appointment, or submit an inquiry? Do not create a tool for every button, link, or page section. Focus on the actions that help the visitor move closer to a decision. Each tool should have one clear purpose. A search tool could search. A pricing tool should retain a pricing information. A comparison tool should compare options. A submission tool should create the real action. Avoid creating several tools that perform almost the same task. Overlapping tools make it harder for the browser agents to choose the correct one. The next step is using clear tool names. Tool names should be short, specific, and action-based. For example, search products, get pricing, compare services, prepare inquiry, or submit inquiry. A tool called Customer Helper is too broad. A tool called Search Product clearly explains what the tool clearly does. The tool description is just as important. It should explain what the tool does, when it should be used, what information it returns, and any important limitations. Instead of writing, this tool helps find information. A clear description would be: search for available product listings by category and country, returns the product name, availability, provider, location, and profile link. That gives the browser agent enough context to choose the tool correctly. Pricing tools need especially clearer descriptions. The description should explain if the tool returns a fixed price, a starting price, an estimated range, or information that still requires a custom code. The input schema defines the information the tool accepts. A search tool might accept a product type, use case, country, and result limit. A quote request tool might accept a request type, location, date, duration, quantity, intended use, and additional requirements. Each field should have a clear name and description. Structured fields help the browser agent understand what information is available and what it still needs to collect from the user. The website should also validate every input. A browser agent may misunderstand a request, provide an unsupported value, or leave out important information. The tool should check the data before processing it and return a useful error when something needs to be corrected. Another important part of WebMCP optimization is separating read-only tools from tools that create real changes. For example, searching products, checking pricing is read only. These tools retrieve information but do not change anything. Submitting an inquiry is different. Making a booking is different. Purchasing is different. Sending a message is different. These actions create a real consequence and need stronger safeguards. For important actions, separate preparation from submission. The first tool should validate the information and return a complete summary. The user can review the selected company, request type, location, date, message, and other important details. At this stage, nothing should be submitted. The final action tool should only run after the user clearly confirms and reviewed the information. That's the time that the information is ready to be sent. This makes the process easier to understand and reduces accidental submissions. To make it visual, let's test this buy and rent robots as an example. This is a website that allows the visitors to check and request quotes for robot companies to rent or buy for a specific robot services that this user needs. The website exposes WebMCP tools, such as company search, robot search, pricing, inquiry preparation, and inquiry submission. For example, the Search Robot Company tool searches providers by robot type, use case, country, and result limit. Search Robot searches for individual robot listings. As you can see, the inquiry process is separated into two tools. The first is Prepare Inquiry. It validates the company, request type, robot category, location, timing, and message. It then returns a complete summary for review. It does not collect the buyer's name or email, and it does not submit anything. The second tool is Submit Inquiry. This is the action tool. It requires the buyer's real name, a valid email, address, a message, and the confirmed inquiry details, which should only be called after the user reviews the summary and clearly confirms that the request is ready to be sent. This is what WebMCP looks like in practice. The browser agent is not only reading the visible content of the website, it can use structured tools provided by the website to search information, retrieve pricing, prepare a request, and complete a confirmed action. Once the tools are implemented, they need to be tested. So, let's use this WebMCP Model Context Tool Inspector to inspect the tools registered by a live website. For this live validation, I used the WebMCP AI chat inside this Model Context Tool Inspector. I asked it to find a cleaning robot for a healthcare facility in Toronto, Canada. The agent first searched the website's structured tools and found a relevant provider. I also asked it to request for estimated pricing for the robot that I am requesting for. Then asked for some details, including my name, email address, and message. After I provided those details, the workflow moved to step 1. This tool created a complete summary showing the selected company, the cleaning robot request. We moved on to the prepare inquiry. At this point, nothing had been submitted. The tool clearly asked me to review the information and confirm before continuing. After I confirmed, the workflow moved to step 2, which is the submit inquiry. The tool used my name, email address, together with the confirmed inquiry details and created the actual request. The results showed that the inquiry had been successfully received and was being held for review by the Buy and Rent Robots team. I then checked the info at inbox and confirmed that the inquiry had arrived. My email address was also included as the contact information, so the team could review the request. I also received in my email address that the request I have asked has been successfully submitted. This validation shows the full WebMCP workflow working from beginning to end. The most important thing to remember is that WebMCP readiness does not begin with adding more tools. It begins with a clear customer journey. Your landing page still needs to explain what you offer, who it is for, what the visitor can do next, what the pricing means, and what happens after submission. WebMCP then turns the most important actions in that journey into structured tools that supported browser agents who can understand and use those tools. WebMCP is still early, but this is the right opportunity. The businesses and developers testing it now will have more time to understand how browser agents interpret tools, whether their schemas fail, and how their customers' journey needs to change. Start with one important customer journey, create focused tools, test them, then improve the experience gradually. If this video helped you understand WebMCP, please like the video and subscribe for more practical lessons about browser agents, AI readiness, automation, and the future of digital marketing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.